everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Lucid's Tournament, Game 7, where we are playing Helheim. This is turn 14. Jumping. Okay, so we've got no battles, right? We're stealthing around, doing some infrastructure. So right now it's just unexpected events and what we happen upon. The first unexpected event in Dendra Nigra. Playful winds have been captured, distilled into diamonds, and transported to your laboratory. So +3 air gems. Nice. Next up, we have a handful of gems have been found in the shards of a broken mirror, +6 air gems. And 9 air gems on the turn. Bonus. Very good. And then we have completed the construction of the palisades in Osens. Pretty nice. Okay, so let's talk about what is happening this turn. Our forward sneaky progress continues. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 raiding parties in Saramatia. Got a 7th incoming with Carl 2, along with his 6 Hellherdings. We are going to be up against got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this is 10, 11, 12. I don't know about this. We're moving a scout down into Falacia, and we're moving Jarl 1 into Glimmering Fields. We're trying to get more information. Next turn is going to be turn 15, and we're going to try to see what we can see as far as info goes. I'm also hoping to kind of communicate with Saramatia and see if they have attacked Marverni yet. Because, I mean, if push comes to shove, we can take, we can take some turns to let them invest, but we don't want to give them too much time to do things like research, right? We don't want them to hit that all important Horde of Skeletons goal that Saramatia tends to go for, right? Communion Horde of Skeletons spam would be very, very bad for us. So that's something that we want to avoid. But we don't want to wait. So obviously we don't want to wait too long, or else Saramatia will hit that point, and that'll become very dangerous for us. But we don't want to pull the trigger too soon if we don't have to. If they can blunt their armies on Marverni or just be away from Marverni, then that would be good for us. So we're definitely not we're not going to attack this turn. We might attack next turn depending on what we see and what information we get. We might wait another turn or 2 beyond that, depending on the information that we're getting. But we won't be waiting probably past 17 or 18. I think that would be too long, right? So, but we're also wanting to try to see if we can to find some peoples, right? We want to see if we can find. We're probably going to try to pop over to Gifa, see if someone's trying to put a fort down there. I would expect Saramatia to want to put another fort down. Haven't seen anyone though, so we'll see. Okay. What else do we got going on over in Kohnberg? We are actually sneaking this new hearse up. We're moving them up to Helheim because they're going to be grabbing the next batch of Hellherdings. We still have one more turn on our Svartalf. So the Svartalf, when we get him, he's going to go around and start site searching for Earth and Death. We might jump into another Svartalf, or we might wait. Can you do Dwarven Hammers at 2, or is Dwarven Hammers at 4? Never remember. I can never remember. Let's check real. Dwarven Hammers are construction 2. So we could potentially try to get a Earth 3. We have a 25% chance of getting an Earth 3 Svartalf. So if we don't get one on, if we get one on this initial one, we might not actually site search with him. He might actually be, we might hold on to him and just research, because Earth 3 would be pretty valuable. And then we might just immediately produce another Svartalf. If we don't get him, if we don't get an Earth 3, I don't know that we are going to want to immediately produce another Svartalf, but we might. I kind of want to get a Dis out so that I can maybe start making use of Corpseman Construction. Because getting Corpseman Constructs early on can be... We probably don't need to worry about it yet. But by turn 20 or so, I definitely want to have Corpseman Constructs going. So that's something that we're working on. In Koenberg, we're continuing to recruit Van Heers. We're continuing to recruit Herdmen. We're recruiting Herdmen over in Osens, and a scout as well. We're immediately going up to level 2 of our fortress in Osens, and we're dropping a temple. Next turn, we should be able to drop a laboratory. Over here in Dead Forest, we are site searching. Next turn, we should be able to drop a temple. So this turn, it's fortress, temple. Next turn should be temple, laboratory. The following turn, it should be fortress, laboratory. So the next 3 turns are pretty heavy infrastructure turns, but at the end of them, we're going to have 4 fortresses, complete with labs and temples, and that'll be pretty good. That'll be a pretty good power basis for us. We'll be able to start producing Jade Maidens here in Dead Forest. We won't be able to produce many, it looks like, but if we can get between like 5 and 6 every 2 turns, obviously I would prefer more than that, but if we can do at least that, then that's like a secondary raiding party every other turn, right? So that's a secondary sacred raiding party every other turn. So that should be good. Trying to see if there's anything else that we are aware of. We haven't had any luck with mercenaries. I keep looking at mercenaries every turn, basically, but nothing is really like jumping out at me. Bowmen are up this turn, and if I was going to be attacking this turn, I could conceivably, like, I would conceivably put them in maybe like Wise Spring Grove or something like that. But since I'm not attacking this turn, I don't. There's not a point, right? Plus, I don't really like the bowmen to begin with. But I am keeping my eyes on opportunities for mercs. We do have a fair chunk of money coming in every turn. Our Dominion is starting to grow with the addition of the second temple, and with our now have a profit, right? So that's giving us a decent spread chance, 80% spread chance every month. So that's pretty good. Hopefully we can get into a situation where more of our Dominion is spread out and actually affecting our locations sooner rather than later. And no one has made a play for the thrones near us just yet. So I might be able to. Also, I'm throwing this out there. I'm trying to think of ways when we start this war, I'm trying to think of ways of potentially immediately placating my neighbors. So these 2 provinces, for example, are next to Abyssia, and I'm considering when I make my attack against Sarmatia, just letting Abyssia know, say, hey, I'm attacking Sarmatia, you're welcome to these 2 provinces, you know, would you like a non-aggression pact? Right, that type of situation. Kind of like a buying him off, which might be a good idea. I don't think there's really much else to talk about this turn. It's kind of just a slow continuation. I am interested that Helheim is already underwater. don't think they have any naturally. Did they? Oh, they bought mercs. The swimming men. Yeah, they bought the swimming men. Although you can't buy this, you can't get the swimming men on land, can you? I don't think you can. So they had to have gotten into the water in some other way. So I'm actually curious about how that went down. I wonder if because they don't have any. It feels like it would be super weird. They don't have like great thugs or anything like that, especially initially. So I wonder if maybe they have an awake expander god that can go underwater, and that would be pretty interesting if that's the case. And part of the reason why that would be pretty interesting is because that means that they're way more focused on the early game. But I don't think they had a very good early game. The way they described it, they had a very like rough expansion, and that's why they went this far into Saramatian territory, is because who's above them? Do not remember who is above them. But Fomoria is below them, and I think they kind of pinched them from below. Fomoria's down here. Who's above them? Up here in this. Oh, it's Agartha. No, it's not. Agartha's. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Because Agartha, Marverni hit Agartha. Okay, so anyways, that's gonna be it for the turn. Really big infrastructure turns. Really big push on this stealth attack on Saramatia. We've got a tight deadline before things go bad for us. But the other scenario, right, is that these forces are going to be able to easily handle the vast majority of province defense. But when combined, like 30 or 40 hell herdings is going to be able to beat a lot of stuff, as long as it's not backed up by too much in the way of early mage utility. And that's why we're kind of going up alteration, is because if we get up alteration to mist form, then it might not matter, because we might be able to just Jarl our way to, I don't know, that's probably unlikely, Jarling our way to victory. But regardless, that's it for the turn. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.